We're here. Let's do it.
We are here. It's been what? We've been on a little sabbatical. What do you want to call it?
It's been a couple weeks for sure. Hey, personal stuff comes up.
For sure.
Got to figure out the studio thing we're trying to do right now. So
how you been, man?
I've been tired.
You're tired now.
I'm trying to figure out what to do with the studio. So that's not for this podcast. What is for this podcast, though, is to remind everybody that does love the Extremists. Yes. It makes it a lot easier for us to make content if we've got some of your support.
Sir.
So please head on over to our Patreon page. Help me buy a cup of coffee so I can stay awake when we record these things at 1 o'clock in the morning. It'll make it a lot easier. But let's move on. Let's get going. Max, this is a new thing we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about
industry news, at least once a week. One of the episodes. We're still going to be doing TV content and things like that. But we felt like after we did that Star Wars London news thing, that there might be a nice space for a recap of when I say the industry, we're talking music, movies, TV, possibly sports entertainment.
Probably throwing some video games also.
Oh, that's a great point. Yeah, video games in there as well. So I think it'll be really cool.
Yeah, right now we're trying to figure out the right format. So this is kind of be like a little bit of a
work in progress.
It's gonna be a work in progress. This is a stepping stone into a format that we're hoping is going to work for all of our future news podcasts. I think
once a week will be a little. We're gonna have some fun with it.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good episode. Before we jump into the news, we haven't talked in so long. It's been almost a month. Have anything cool you've been watching? I know we're gonna be doing Silo in the next couple of days. That's that new Apple TV Plus. What is it? Apple Plus.
It's Apple Plus.
Show. Yeah. All these streaming services, their names just driving me crazy.
I've been watching Silo. Just wrapped the last series finale of Ted Lasso.
Okay.
Which is probably one of my favorite shows that's come out in a while. I love Ted. I mean, Ted Lasso, when it came out during the pandemic, like the height of the pandemic, was like the perfect show.
Yeah.
For that
good.
time. Yeah, it was a feel good show, and it ended pretty good. So watching that. Revisiting some older movies.
It still holds up?
Yeah, sure. My son, he's 3. One of my sons is 3 years old. He's obsessed with Star Wars, so I watch a lot of Star Wars. So going back and watching, he likes the classics. He loves watching Empire Strikes Back, which is crazy, because people rank that as like the #1 Star Wars movie. And he loves it because Luke Skywalker gets his arm cut off. And so, but he loves he'll watch the whole movie just to get to that scene.
That's cool.
Yeah. So he's done with his Mandalorian kick, which is kind of nice. So he's revisiting the old movies. So I've been watching those a lot.
Anything in the theaters you've seen? Did you see Guardians?
Oh yeah, I did see Guardians. Guardians is really good. I like Guardians.
Did you see Mario?
No, we're probably gonna rent it this weekend and watch it at home.
Yeah, I brought my kids to see my son. That was his first movie, and I was surprised he sat through the whole thing and really enjoyed it. The whole movie experience.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Guardians yet. It's on my list.
Guardians is good. It's good. It's dark. It's probably one of the darker Marvel movies. So you should like that right off the bat. I did actually watch Black Adam finally.
Oh, okay.
And I watched the new Shazam.
Oh, okay.
Also.
You've been busy. You watched way more than I did. Me, I have the problem where I sit down, I pull, I start going through all the streaming services, and then I fall asleep. I watched a ton of trailers. I think I watched like 2 episodes of what's that? The Sandman. Fell asleep.
I haven't seen that.
Haven't touched that. What I did consume a lot of though is Attack of Titan, the old anime. Everybody swears that's phenomenal, and I agree. It's really extremely well done. I think I've burned through like almost 2 seasons. That's what the only thing I really consumed. So, but Silo's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm liking Silo. I mean, it's good. I think we're gonna cover that show.
Yep.
We're gonna have to play some catch up because I think they're already on episode 5, or I think 6 might release tomorrow.
Yeah. So we'll get there.
But it's got like this nice Lost feel to it.
Yeah.
And you and I were both big Lost fans.
Yeah.
Obviously,
it'll be fun talking about it in speculations.
Yeah, speculating what's going on in that show, which is going to be kind of nice. So yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about that. But then, yeah, been staying busy with family stuff, life. My profession as far as like what to do with the studio, recording stuff, composition stuff for the video game stuff that I do with my team and everything. So it's been kind of just trying to figure out what path I'm going to go down, like which one's got.
I think it's starting to clear up, so that's exciting.
Man, it feels like it's going to clear up every week, and then all of a sudden, like it gets real cloudy again. So I'm hoping that by the end of this week, things are going to open up a lot. So, but I've been here before, but that's fine. Let's
jump into this industry news.
Let's do it. So
right off the bat. I mentioned just now, I hate these streaming service names. One of the biggest things that happened, recently in the last week or so was, the whole Discovery purchase of HBO. HBOMax is now Max. All the streaming, Apple TVs, Roku's, you had to download the new Max app. When was that? Like the 23rd or 27th?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
And how do you feel about the name? And that happens to be a name I have an affinity for. But I don't like, me personally. I hate it. I'm such a huge fan of HBO that the fact that it's gone now is kind of.
I'm not a fan of it. I mean, I think there was better names out there they could have used. I mean, even just like Warner Brothers. There's Warner Brothers Discovery. Just like using those main names as the staple for it. Yeah. I think would have been a lot better than just Max.
Yeah.
But there's been other stuff out that's come out in the world that I thought their names were dumb, and it became really popular. The Wii, the Nintendo Wii. That's probably the dumbest name I've ever heard in my life for anything, and that was one of the top grossing consoles of all time.
Yeah.
The Wii U was not very good, but so I mean, who am I to judge the name of a streaming service? As long as the content is good and it's marketed well, it should be fine. And they've got. I mean, it's still. I liked HBOMax the way it was, and because I like DC stuff. I like they got the Harry Potter stuff, but then they also have like their HBO original stuff, which is also really good. I mean, it's probably some of the best television out there. That's what HBO puts out there. So that's all there. But then they merged it with Discovery, and then they've got like I think they've got HGTV that's on there, which I love HGTV. I have two. If I had cable. I mean, I do have cable, but if I didn't have anything else, if I didn't have any anything else to stream, and I just had cable, and I could get two channels, one channel would be the Dodger channel, but then the other channel would be HGTV. I love watching HGTV in the background and just kind of.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, you came to my house and rearranged my whole house, man. That's a whole nother conversation.
Your color palette's all wrong. Just want to let you know that. Why aren't you using subway tiles in your bathroom? Like I don't understand what's going on over there.
The crazy thing is HBO made this they made the change so they can invite more family and kids. And the other day my daughter is like, "Daddy, I miss having HBO." I'm like, "No, it's still here. It's just called Max now." Because she has, I have her own like account that's age appropriate.
Yeah.
She watches like Teen Titans and all the other cartoons and stuff that's there.
Right.
So I had to kind of explain like HBO didn't go away. It's just called Max now. But anyway, on to next. Tom Holland addresses his future as Spider-Man. In a recent conversation, Spider-Man 4 has kind of is put on pause because they want to be in solidarity with the writer's strike that's going on, which is very respectful. And he mentioned the fact that he would love to continue being Spider-Man, but he does admit that he's extremely busy. Do you want him to continue, or is it time to recast Spider-Man once again?
No, I think I like what he's done as Spider-Man. I don't think his films have been the best Spider-Man movies. I'm still a fan of the Tobey Maguire movies.
Really?
Yeah, I think they just felt more Spider-Man-ish to me. Maybe because I saw them when I was younger. I'm not really too sure.
You know what's funny? I actually like what's the actor, the middle guy?
Oh, Garfield.
Garfield.
Yeah,
I actually like those two movies.
I like them too,
and I was kind of disappointed when they kind of said they were gonna cut him off.
Yeah, well, see, when they stopped the Sam Raimi ones, which was the Tobey Maguire ones, and they jumped right into the what's his first name? When they moved to the next ones, the other Spider-Man movies, it felt too soon to reboot the franchise because the other ones were so hot. Yeah. And it was funny because if I remember the story correctly, Sam Raimi, he wanted to
Andrew Garfield,
yeah. Sam Raimi wanted to wait like an extra year or so of production to make sure he got Spider-Man 4 right because he wasn't happy with Spider-Man 3.
I hated that movie.
Spider-Man 3, it has its moments, but it's definitely the weaker of the three for sure. And Sony was like, no, we want you to do it. You need to rush and get going. So they just couldn't come to an agreement. So Raimi walked away from the project. So then that means that, all the stars from that, that trilogy or whatever, they walked away as well. So they ended up rebooting it with Andrew Garfield, and it ends up coming out a little bit later, I think, than when Spider-Man 4 would have came out anyway, if they would have done Raimi's schedule.
Yeah.
So it wasn't received well. I don't think the movies were bad. I just think that people were still a little hurt that they just rebooted. It was too soon to reboot it. But anyways, going back to Tom Holland, I think that the Spider-Man franchise is in good hands with Marvel. I mean, I hope that because there's this whole ecosystem that's there. Like before, it was just Spider-Man universe when it was Andrew Garfield and it was Tobey Maguire. There wasn't this huge universe that was built around all of these characters. And so he's kind of intertwined in that universe. So you kind of want Spider-Man to pop up somewhere down the road, whether it's in someone else's movie, an Avengers movie, or, it's another Spider-Man movie. But I still want it to be the same actor because I just like the universe that's been built there. I'm not ready for that Spider-Man to go away.
I kind of agree with you. Other headline news: The Little Mermaid came out last week, and obviously they're doing record numbers. It's everything Disney touches almost is gold. They're up to like 200.
I don't think that's an obviously, at least for me, because I hear so much people just talk negative about that movie before even seeing any single thing about it. So
they're making a ton of money.
And I'm glad that they are for sure, because I like going to Disneyland. My family's Disneyland people and stuff. And one of my favorite princesses, I guess is good to say, was actually Little Mermaid. When I was a kid, I liked Little Mermaid. That's
the one that started it all, right? That cartoon movie was the one.
No, the Cinderella started it all. No, not even before
I'm talking
Cinderella,
about that reset where they went on that ridiculous run. Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King. That was that first major reset from those old 1950s Cinderella movies. I think Little Mermaid was the first one that was epic. And then there was the next reset of that whole world with Tangled, where they was more the computer generated that led into Frozen. They've had these major movies that kind of reset. And Little Mermaid was the first one.
Well, I loved Little Mermaid. Just like really, it was the music for me because I loved all the music in that, and I thought every single track in that movie was basically, it was a banger. They were really good. Yeah. So
they already made 200 million in 1 week worldwide. And the big thing with the news is not the numbers that they're doing, is that because, like you said, a lot of people were putting a negative
spin on it.
Yeah. IMDB, because of this movie, is changing their rating system, because there was that whole movement of people going and putting on negative review bombing. That's happened in a lot of movies. That Ghostbusters movies happened where all female people went in there.
I thought that movie was hilarious, and it definitely wasn't.
People did the bombing. They did it with Black Panther, and they're doing it with Little Mermaid again. So IMDb is like going to put a halt to that. They're going to tweak the way these reviews come in and how they rank these movies, because it's still getting like a 7 on IMDb, but it should be a little higher because people generally like it.
Should it? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it. My daughter and my wife saw it. They went to a birthday party.
Oh, they did see it?
Yeah, someone had a birthday party last week.
Did they like it?
A friend of ours. Yeah, everybody I've seen who's seen it said they liked it. There were certain things they didn't like about it, like the Prince song or something, and he sang a little much. And they had their little gripes because it's always different, the way Sebastian looks and stuff like that. But overall,
well, I'll wait for it to come to stream. I've never been go see remakes in the movie theater. Yeah. So I'm totally fine with just waiting until it comes out onto Disney Plus. And I'm sure
if it's not for my kids, I'm not going to see that stuff. But yeah.
No, I'm a little shocked that actually I'm not. She's 11 now. I was gonna say I was shocked my daughter hasn't asked to go see it, but she's 11 now. I don't think she really cares. She's actually
for the little
she's
kids.
watching like Stranger Things now and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like
anymore.
it's for like this. My daughter's like 8. It's the 7-year-olds.
Right.
Nick Cannon spoke on Jamie Foxx's situation. Said Jamie's gonna address everybody when Jamie feels ready to. It's I guess soon, because there's been so many. He had that alleged stroke on set. They stopped all his production for the year.
Right.
And there was a few weeks ago, there was even rumors that his family was preparing for the worst. Like Jamie Foxx might be the most talented person in Hollywood, and him passing away very young would be huge, headline news. But of all people, Nick Cannon is like, well, Jamie's gonna speak on it soon. So we'll wait to hear that.
Are they like best friends or something? I've never heard.
No, I mean they're just. I don't know. I don't think.
Why is there a link between Nick Cannon and Jamie Foxx?
I have no.
I would have never thought that'd be the guy who would come out and start talking about Jamie Foxx on his behalf.
Be the first person to give an update on Jamie Foxx's physical condition, right?
Yeah,
very weird. This one came out today. Big headline news. Shannon Sharpe of Fox is leaving his show with Skip Bayless. He agreed to a buyout. Now, that's one of the more popular sports shows in the morning. Him and Skip, Undisputed, where they discuss more than sports sometimes. Pop culture, kind of like what we're doing right now.
Right.
They had some issues after that Buffalo player almost died during the game, during Monday Night Football.
Right.
And that led to an argument on camera. So
was it
everybody's kind of been expecting this to happen.
Right. The clip that I kept seeing was, let me see if I remember correctly, was Skip was talking about Tom Brady.
That's another issue they've had.
Yeah, and so he was like, Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback or greatest football player of all time or something like that. And then Shannon Sharpe had his issues with saying that, I guess.
Yeah.
And so Skip kind of said that Sharpe was not a good football player.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm in the Football Hall of Fame, man. Yeah. Like, you can't say that to me. And so that's the clip that I keep seeing, which he was basically just disrespecting Shannon Sharpe.
There've been a lot of issues with. Nobody was shocked about this. Everybody started coming, but what spurred out of this is Pat McAfee, who has one of the biggest podcasts on YouTube. He's leaving
until the extremists came out of nowhere.
Well, you know what? He's leaving YouTube, so YouTube, you can call us. We'll take his spot.
Yeah,
he's moving to ESPN because he doesn't want to deal with all the hassle. Let ESPN take care of all the production.
Sure,
he just becomes a talent. He's recruiting Shannon Sharpe to join him.
That'd be cool.
So that would be interesting.
That'd be cool.
Now in some headline in music, Taylor Swift. Did you hear about her concert she had at MetLife in New York, New Jersey adjacent?
No.
Broke MetLife's record for an event in terms of money they generated. Now, to put this into perspective, MetLife hosted a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning, and Taylor Swift still generated more money than a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning, which is epic. I heard, she performed like 40-something songs for 3.5 hours. People were wearing freaking diapers to make sure they didn't miss anything. Funny thing, they have viral videos online of Aaron Rodgers, the new Jets quarterback, go Jets, Jets, Jets. He was dancing and just feeling himself. Oh, that didn't sound quite right. But he was enjoying himself at the concert. Are you a Taylor Swift fan?
I mean,
your daughter?
My daughter is. I'm not I respect her because she writes all of her music, which I didn't know that.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. I mean, I didn't know that in the beginning, but, she's obviously super talented. She writes good songs. I mean, I'm not going to go to a Taylor Swift concert or buy any of her albums, but when my daughter listens to it, it's one of the very few artists that she listens to that I don't tell her to turn it off or
Dude, recently, I didn't even know any songs she made. You hear them, but I didn't know it was her singing until recently,
yeah.
Where I think we were watching Secret Life of Pets, and it's like, you see this song? Yeah, the New York, Welcome to New York. That's Taylor Swift. I'm like, oh, okay. We all know all her songs, but we don't know it's her that's performing them because it's not our demo. In another headline.
Well, hold on real fast. Let's stick there for a second because, I mean, those are, just... everyone that goes to MetLife, just be prepared for your teams not to be winning anything for a while because there's
a curse.
There's a Taylor Swift curse.
Don't say that, man.
I just got Aaron
Rodgers, man.
So there was a running joke. I could be wrong. I might be wrong. I'm going to say it anyways. That because she holds the record at what was the Staples Center, which is now
Crypto.
That we can't win any championships there because she once her banner, because she broke the record for the most people in attendance, I guess, for a concert. I can't remember what it exactly was, but she has a banner that's hanging up there, which could have been taken down by now. I'm not too sure, but there was a petition
to burn it,
to take it down, because ever since it went up, no one could win any championships at Staples.
Oh, God.
Crypto.
So she kind of has like a Kardashian curse going on.
No, don't put her in the same world as the Kardashians. No.
In another...
we should be talking... Well, I don't know. Is that going to be on here as far as your news things of what's come out recently?
There were some Kardashian stuff, but I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole.
About what's his name coming out and saying that she leaked the tape?
Yeah, and she dropped rumors of her new... who's going to be her new boyfriend after Pete Davidson.
I didn't stop.
See, you just made me do it.
Don't get her worthy of anything. I'm sorry.
We're about to talk about a fine gentleman in Billy Joel. Who's ending his Madison Square Garden residency after 10 years, 2024. So if you want to see Billy Joel at the Garden doing a phenomenal show, are you a fan of Billy Joel?
From time to time.
I think you have his album cover in the freaking bathroom.
I do.
Now here on another this one is crazy. I mean, I'm sure we have that. Robert De Niro at 79 years old weighs in on Al Pacino, who's 83 and is about to have a new baby. Now, what's funny about this is not because they're both legendary actors, but it's the fact that they're both still active. And we're not talking about actors. We're talking about Robert De Niro, who just had his own kid at 79, is now talking about Al Pacino, who's 83, is about to have a kid. Basically saying, that's amazing. He's older than me. Like, what is this with these old guys having kids, man?
These dudes need to get some paternity tests, man. There's no way.
They're legit. They're real, man. Well, maybe just like Michael Jackson's kids are his.
That's crazy. 83 years old. That's crazy.
And 79
is crazy. That's all.
Both of them.
It's crazy, man.
What are you doing, man? Like,
well, we know what they're doing.
When the kid is 10, you might not even be on the planet, man. Like, what are you? And Al Pacino's girlfriend, she's 29 years old, man. He's winning, man.
Is he winning? I mean, come on. That's ridiculous, dude.
So that's the only take you have on this. You just want to let this go.
I don't even know what to say about any of this stuff. Like, good job, man, or man. Move on.
Okay.
Next topic.
Yeah. On now, this is a little more serious headline. Danny Masterson, you remember him from that 70s show?
I love that 70s show.
I love that show. Fez was my guy, man. It always made me laugh. He was convicted of rape, man. He's going away.
Yeah, it's been an ongoing investigation, I guess, or like
was he part of a cult growing up, or is he part of that?
I don't know if he's a part of a cult, but I believe he's part of Scientology.
Oh, sorry for anybody who's is it deemed Scientology a cult, or just leave it alone? I'll just leave it alone.
I don't know, man. I know he's part of Scientology, so that's.
Oh, I know. That has to do with aliens or something. I don't know.
It's been ongoing because I think he was on a show with what's his name? Also from the 70s show. What's his name? Ashton Kutcher. They had a Netflix show called. I probably should have looked that up before I even mentioned it. I want to say it's called The Farm, but it's not The Farm. It's how fast can I type?
I have it pulled up here. The Ranch.
Ranch
Farm is Farm of Jace.
Sure. Anyways, he was co-starring that with him. Or it's like he was like I think he played his brother or something like that on the show. And then he had to once the allegations came out, they booted him off the show, and that was a while ago.
Yeah, it's 2018 that show stopped.
Yeah, but he got kicked off the show before that show stopped. I think it was like the second season or something like that. That show I think went for 4 or 5 seasons.
2016 to 2018.
Oh, maybe 2 seasons, 3 seasons, whatever. So anyways.
They had 80 episodes.
This has been going on.
4 seasons, 80 episodes.
I would say these allegations have been going on at least since 2017 or something like that. And so
wasn't at one point it was kidnapping and rape or something crazy like that? I don't want to go
I didn't hear about the kidnapping thing, but I heard now he's just waiting to be sentenced, and they're saying he could get 30 years.
Jeez.
You know what? Good.
Yeah. Now into more somber news. I don't want to call this dead folks, but people who passed away in the month of May, like just a couple of the big guys.
Is there a sponsor for this part?
Not yet, so it will be one of these days. I don't want to make jokes yet, but it will be sponsored. We have superstar Billy Graham, WWE Hall of Famer. You have no clue who this is.
No.
I'm the WWE guy. I'm the wrestling guy.
I'm WWF guy.
Okay. Okay, that's close enough. So, superstar Billy Graham.
Wait, hold on a second.
Away.
So with this guy, when was this guy actually performing?
Oh, well before our time, man.
So he's before Hulk Hulk Hogan.
He's right before
Macho
Hulk
Man's.
and towards the end. Like he speared those guys in. Like,
okay,
there's that overlap.
Yeah, my experience with the WWF was Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, The Rockers, Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels.
You're pushing it down.
Yeah, so that's my era. Your era is like.
That's my era too.
No, your era is now. No, that's not your era.
No, I started in that. I started watching wrestling when I was like 8, man.
You can't have both.
No, I just never left. That's the thing.
No.
Anyway.
You actually said, okay, go.
Jim Brown, probably the greatest lacrosse player and the greatest running back of all time, arguably. He passed away. He was great in some movies like The Dirty Dozen. Remember that? He was a phenomenal civil rights activist, one of the biggest at the time. He was so impactful in the stuff that he did off the field. Jim Brown was a legend across the board.
Yeah, I was looking at some of these movies that it says that he's in. Once again, I feel like I should have actually just double take these really fast. Was he in He Got Game and Mars Attacks?
Yeah. He was in a lot of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, he was in a lot of stuff.
She Hate Me. I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's Anthony Mackie's thing.
Any Given Sunday.
Yeah,
there you go. Al Pacino.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of good stuff. Draft Day. He was in a lot of stuff as an actor.
Fun fact on Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Al Pacino
is having a baby.
Met his girlfriend's mom on the set of Any Given Sunday before she was born.
Oh my goodness. You just Also, we lost legend Tina Turner. You're the music guy.
Yeah.
I know you have a take on Tina Turner.
I mean, Tina Turner was phenomenal, but actually, man, I wish my wife was on this. She loves Tina Turner.
Yeah.
Ike and Tina. What else can you say? I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Or
she's royalty in the music world.
The highway, the highway just keep on burning.
Yeah.
Just rolling.
So there's a ton of other people who passed away, some
rolling
B and C level actors, people you kind of recognize and, oh, that's the guy from that, but, don't really know their name. So we feel bad for all of those families who've lost loved ones there in the industry world. Now, fast forward to addition. We have a couple extra news to wrap up this episode. We're gonna spitball these fast-paced around the industry. I call this Christopher Nolan's first R-rated film in 20 years will be Oppenheimer. Like when I saw that, I was kind of like, really R-rated for Oppenheimer? I'm only assuming maybe they're gonna show some horrific ways those atomic bombs destroy people in Japan. That could make it R-rated because I don't think it's violence and language. Maybe there's scenes about the war that pushes it to the R-rated, but I'm looking forward to this movie because I love everything Christopher Nolan does. So that was kind of weird. R-rated.
Yeah. What was the movie that he did before that? What was the last R-rated movie that he did?
Oh, I have that actually. I'm surprised I didn't pull it up. The last one was Memento, which I hear he's remaking.
Really?
Yeah.
Can't remake that movie.
He's a modern take on it. There was
Okay.
rumors he was going to. Memento was phenomenal.
I love Memento. Yeah,
like that was really good.
I'm actually shocked. Who stars in that?
Guy Pearce.
Yeah, I'm shocked. Guy Pearce didn't become a bigger actor. I mean,
he's done some good stuff.
He's done some good stuff, but he didn't become like a lead guy like I thought he was going to be. And I thought that movie was definitely like after I saw that, I was like, dude, that guy's going to be the man. That's like the next Brad Pitt. That dude's going to be all over the place. I mean, he still did some stuff.
Yeah, like Time Machine and
but.
That wasn't a great movie.
Yeah, he's not a guy who's going to carry the movie.
No.
Unfortunately.
That was more of a thing. Into the SpiderVerse reviews came out, and it's their home run. It's going to probably be an epic, great movie.
When does that come out?
That's coming out, I want to say in about a week.
Oh, we need to take the kids to that. Let's take Marcus and Max to that.
It will be into, you'll edit all this out into the SpiderVerse. Oh, that's not the new one. The new one will be released. I want to give you the right date. Why is they're not telling me the exact date? You'll edit all this out. Release June 2nd. Tomorrow. It's releasing tomorrow.
What are you doing during the day tomorrow? Wait, I can't do tomorrow.
Yeah. We'll square that out.
I gotta wait for a check to come in. I can't do it tomorrow.
The Rock is making another Fast and the Furious spin-off movie, and it's not Hobbs and Shaw Part 2.
Oh, I thought he was gonna be in the last Fast and the Furious movie.
So I don't want to ruin it.
Don't ruin it for me. Don't ruin Fast and Furious for me, please.
I won't. But anyway, the funny thing with the Fast and Furious, this one that just came out last week, right? They first said this was going to be the last movie of the series. They're done, right?
It's part one of it.
Then they said, oh, well, it's going to be it's going to be a two-parter for the last one. Now they're saying it's going to be a three-parter trilogy for the last. I don't believe a word they say because they make so much money off of these movies. They'll never end it. Family and ridiculous stunts with cars with nobody wearing seatbelts and Vin Diesel's white t-shirt staying crisp white like it just came out of the dry cleaner. They're never going to stop these. And now The Rock, who has like beef with Vin Diesel, is just going to continue doing spin-offs off of this too.
Well, like I saw a thing that came out that Vin Diesel said that they squashed it and they're actually buddies now again.
Money does that.
It's for for the fans because the fans want the characters back together. Whatever BS it was.
I think it was the
Melissa and I actually liked the Fast and Furious movies. We liked the Fast and Furious movies, but after Paul Walker died, after the seventh one, we haven't seen one since.
Seventh, I stopped at 5, so I'm way behind. So
5 was actually the best one.
That's the best one. I love
5
that
was
movie.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then they keep bringing people who died back, so we'll just keep it like that.
It's worse than like a superhero movie franchise.
I'm really excited into this. Next quick hitter, Black Mirror. They had a trailer that came out yesterday for season 6, which will be the last season of Black Mirror, and that's releasing June 15th. So I'll be excited to binge all those. I love all the Black Mirrors, most of them, pretty much. You didn't watch Black Mirror on Netflix?
I haven't seen a single episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you watch, what was the robot one? Another show that's similar to Black Mirror on Netflix, but if you didn't watch Black Mirror, you didn't watch Death, Love, and Robots or something like that. That was really good too.
That's actually on my list
that was
to get to, and I just haven't gotten to it.
Here's one that might be up your alley. Disney Plus is now streaming all 4 of the Indiana Jones movies in anticipation for the 5th one.
Not only is it in my area of expertise, I actually just watched the Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I'm moving on to Temple of Doom, and I will watch all 4 of them. I love Indiana Jones.
Same here.
I was obsessed with Temple of Doom when I was a kid. I had this book that I carried around with me everywhere.
Yeah.
And going and looking, thinking of that movie now, and I say, oh, man, how old was I when I was walking around that book? I must have been like 10 years old or something like that. There's no way I should have saw that movie. There's no way I should have saw that.
It's awesome, though.
It is awesome.
They're all great.
But, I mean...
Except for the 4th.
What does suck about it, though, and I'm hoping that they're going to correct it on Disney Plus at some point. What's cool, like, if you go to the Star Wars stuff, you go to the original movies, or even the prequels and stuff like that, you can go to the extras area, and it has, deleted scenes...
Yeah.
Documentary stuff, all kinds of things. If you go to the Indiana Jones extras, all there is just trailers there. There's nothing else.
Maybe they'll add those as they
I'm hoping they add it. But for all those people that are Disney people that do like this kind of stuff and like Indiana Jones, if you go to where the extra tab is on the Disney Plus section, right next to it, there's a shop section now. You can click over to
merch.
there. Yeah. There's actually some cool Indiana Jones merch in there. You can get like a little arc. And there was another, you can get the medallion that Ravenwood had, and all kinds of cool stuff. So if you're that kind of nerd, go check it out.
How much did you buy already, man? Not that I'm calling you that kind of nerd. I'm just asking.
Well, money's been a little tight right now, so I bought nothing. I'm not a big merch person, so I wouldn't have bought a lot of stuff.
Okay. Cool. Our last around the industry news we go into the WWE world, sports entertainment. Last weekend was a big event in Saudi Arabia where the biggest WWE storyline, you heard of Roman Reigns at all? No. The Bloodline? No. Well, anyway, it's been...
I'm 90s WWF, okay? Maybe a little bit of the 2000s, that's it. I don't know who these people are anymore.
This has been the main show storyline for the last 3 years, and it's probably, I'm calling it, me personally, the best storyline WWE has ever done. WWE, you know what it is? You got to see what wrestling is. Wrestling is. You
didn't invite me. You had a whole thing. You were watching it. You didn't invite me.
That was a whole nother. That was a different event. Not this one.
That was what was that? That wasn't Survivor. What was it?
Backlash or something like that.
No, it was Royal Rumble. No.
Yeah, Royal Rumble. Actually.
Yeah, you didn't invite me to Royal.
I invited you.
I'm not going to watch Royal Rumble by myself at my house.
No, I told you to come
next to my wife, who's going to sit there and make fun of me the entire time.
Wrestling is soap operas for men.
Well, I know. I agree. I agree with that.
It's soap opera. It's sports entertainment. And
I agree with that.
A few years back, maybe 20 years, they kind of opened it up and let people know this is a TV show and these are entertainers.
Because
you
got to
view these stories.
Fooled before that.
Of course, they were faking it to make it seem. As a kid, you thought it was real, and then they said, you know what? We're going to open it up. It's a TV show. It's entertainment. It's sports entertainment. And this storyline has been huge. And for those who are fans, Roman Reigns and his cousins had a big falling out. He got super kicked by Jimmy Uso, his cousin, twice, and they lost the match. And tomorrow on SmackDown on Fox, Roman Reigns is celebrating 1,000 days as both WWE and SmackDown champion. He has 2 belts, and he's had it for 1,000 days, man. That's a long time. I think it's the longest in modern era. He's a huge star. He's going to transition to Hollywood just like John Cena did and The Rock in the next year or two. So you'll be seeing Roman Reigns in a lot of upcoming things. He was in Hobbs and Shaw with The Rock. So because The Rock is his cousin, so he's going to be transitioning. And that is the news.
Real fast.
Yeah.
Hey, when you were younger, did you have any of those friends that did like backyard wrestling?
I did backyard wrestling.
Oh, jeez.
What are you talking about? Well, no, I didn't do backyard wrestling. We did recess wrestling. So we would be in recess at school, and people would be like, okay, one guy would be Ultimate Warrior, and you would hit him, and he would just go crazy, like, I'm not getting hurt because I'm the Ultimate Warrior kind of thing.
I had a friend in high school, and he was like deep into
he set up a ring?
Okay, they set up a rink in their backyard.
Wait,
and
before you
sold
continue,
tickets.
They say do not recreate these at home. They have a disclaimer.
They went full nut job professor on this. So not only did they built the ring in their backyard, they sold tickets to this. They literally jumped off the roof of their house.
Oh my goodness!
Onto people.
I've seen these videos of these crazy people, and I just call them. I have a term I call them, but
it was some of the freakiest stuff. It was.
Did he become a professional wrestler?
I don't know if he's still alive, to be honest with
you. Watch, he's one of the famous WWE guys, and
There's
have
no way.
Clue.
There's no way.
They all start somewhere. Anyway, I hope people enjoyed this this news. Like I said, like we mentioned before, if you like our content, be a supporter, join our community. We'd love to hear your takes on some of these things where we kind of foobarred some of this stuff.
Yeah, you give us your thoughts on what you thought of this episode. Also, still, send us any criticism. We definitely appreciate it to help us get better at what we're trying to do here, build this community. We want to build, we want to be able to
not be hacks.
We want to be able to give you a quality product for your time. So that way we can, get on the top of your list of podcasts that you listen to and stuff. And we're still working on the video. We still have more stuff coming for the other stuff. I apologize. My
our schedules are ugly.
My schedule is
we were both fathers. We got wives. We have businesses and projects, and it's very challenging.
Yeah, and we're working on making sure we can get a schedule that works for both of us, and then we can be more consistent, and we can do these things. I enjoy doing the podcast. I know Max does as well, and we want to make sure that we want to have the dedicated time to do it, so that way we're not feeling like we're getting pulled away from other stuff. I guess that'd be the best way to say it.
For sure. So we'll be dropping another one of these news episodes next Thursday or next week. Thursday, Friday. They'll drop.
We're trying to slip at a time.
And then we'll be doing Silo next coming days, and a couple of Still Holds Up.
Yeah, we're gonna
back at it.
Yeah, back at it, and we still got to do our final thoughts on The Last of Us and the final thoughts on Mandalorian. So we've got content. We got to throw it out there.
And we got great shows coming up. Severance, Foundation, Ahsoka. I mean, there's some good stuff coming down the pipe.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, Max, the Yankees are playing the Dodgers tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
don't complain when Aaron Judge hits 4 home runs this weekend.
Hey, that's fine. He can hit 4 home runs as long as there's nobody on base. I have a feeling it's going to be a spank down from the Dodgers.
Did you see what we just did to Seattle?
It's Seattle.
Okay. A lot of people picked them to go to the World Series.
Not anymore. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening, staying tuned. We are the Extremists.
Sir.
Check out that Patreon page.
Info on the bottom here. That's what people always say.
Yeah. Follow us, love us, appreciate us, stay with us.
We're on YouTube. We're everywhere. We're on YouTube. We're wherever you consume your podcasts.
Yep.
We're there. All right, man.
All right. See you later.
Music composed by Kyle Tormey. Music composed by Kyle Tormey. Subscribe to the Extremist podcast feed at rotyourbrainmedia.com/The Extremist. Subscribe to Rot Your Brain Media feed at rotyourbrainmedia.com and support Rot Your Brain Media by visiting patreon.com/rotyourbrainmedia.